Good evening, and welcome to our final graduation for Bridges Community Academy. It is with a heavy heart and great pleasure to wish the school and its new dynamics for next year as a K-6 school good luck. I would like to thank the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, and friends for joining us in this very different virtual graduation celebration. Also, thank you to Mrs. Hale from Sentinel, Maureen Bussinger from the Ohio Department of Education, and all of our staff at Bridges Community Academy. It has been an honor and a privilege working with you. Graduation is an exciting time. It marks both an ending and a beginning. It's warm memories of the past and big dreams for the future. This year has been an odd one for Bridges, with changes in staff, struggling to get scores up, and the pandemic that is happening has been very challenging, but we made it. With most of this class being brought into this world the year 9/11 happened, it certainly shows how they have had to overcome diversity from birth until today. Not only was 9/11 a big thing that happened at the beginning of their lives, the following has also occurred while they were growing up. In 2001, George Bush became the 43rd president. Wikipedia was launched, and Apple launched the iPod. In 2002, we had the first cyborg, a dwarf planet is discovered, and Apple introduces the iMac G4. In 2003, we had the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster, the invasion of Iraq, and MySpace is launched. In 2004, we had the emergence of Web 2.0. We had the first 1 gigabyte SD card was developed. George Bush is re-elected as president, and Facebook is launched. In 2005, YouTube is launched. USB drives replace floppy disk, and Hurricane Katrina floods New Orleans. In 2006, Pluto is demoted to a dwarf planet. Saddam Hussein is executed, and Twitter is launched. In 2007, we had a global economic downturn. The Arctic sea ice hits a record low, Amazon releases the Kindle, Google Street View is launched, and Apple debuts the iPhone. In 2008, oil prices hit a record low. Internet continues to boom. Scientists extract images directly from the brain. In 2009, we had a major breakthrough in cancer research. Water is discovered on the moon. 3D scanning enters the consumer market, and Barack Obama is elected the 44th president. In 2010, scientists create synthetic life. Macular degeneration is curable, and Apple debuts the iPad. In 2011, we heard of the death of Osama bin Laden. We had the world's first synthetic organ transplant. Space shuttle fleet is retired, and global population reaches 7 billion. In 2012, Windows 8 is released, and Nintendo launches the Wii. In 2013, we had the first creation of human embryonic stem cells by cloning, and the launch of the PS4 and Xbox. In 2014, Google Classes launched. We had the first gay marriages held, 100th anniversary of World War I, a probe arrives at Mars, the New World Trade Center is opened, and smartwatches hit the market. In 2015, virtual reality makes a comeback. We had the first self-regulating artificial heart, and Windows 10 is released. In 2016, the Panama Canal expansion is completed. Juno probe arrives at Mars, and Donald Trump is elected the 45th president. In 2017, we had a total solar eclipse in the United States. JFK files are released, wireless implantable devices that monitor health conditions in real time occurs. In 2019, the 5G standard is released, and LEDs dominate the lighting industry. In 2020, COVID-19 pandemic hits and closes the world down. I guess I could honestly say there is never a dull moment with this class. These seniors were very busy on a day-to-day basis with college classes, sentinel classes, regular classes, and some also had jobs that they did either before or after school. I wonder what is in store for these students in the upcoming years. I can only imagine from here on out. We have 4 of the 10 that had college credit plus classes. 5 of them also went to Sentinel, and others with activities that had them coming and going constantly. But they did what they needed to and are all ready for the next step in their lives. Learning every day is ultimately the key to success. Don't ever stop learning, dreaming, and achieving. At the end of their senior year, we asked them to answer some questions and tell us about how they view BCA in their futures. I am going to cover some of their responses. See if you can pick out what your child wrote. Question number 1. You know you're a senior when you can't remember the last time you actually did something productive in class. You were the oldest age group. The end of your junior year wraps up. You're barely at school. You actually want to go to school. You have more study halls than actual classes. You just don't care anymore, and you're always tired. Question number 2. What will you miss most about Bridges Community Academy? All my friends and how it's a second home. Some of the people, not all, very few. That you can talk to anyone like you have known them your whole life. The teachers, the social aspect, the staff, and my friends. Question number 3. What is the most memorable moments? Playing Willy Wonka in the school musical Willy Wonka Jr. Field trips with my homies. Prom, because I was able to have a good time with my very enjoyable friends. When me and Irving stole food from the first grade room and got in trouble. Graduating. Question number 4. You know you're at BCA when a computer freezes while you're using it. You're in the basement. You smell the prison food. There are no windows. When it is a close-knit group that feels like family. You see the teachers, you see the walls, and the people that helped you get through most of your life. Question number 5. What is the funniest thing a teacher ever said or did in class? Mr. Bachman dropping books to wake up a student. When Mrs. Winterstein asks you where she needs to be. Just graduate, Alex. Mr. McGinnis yells at someone. When Mr. Barkey fell in the sink and turned on the water. Question number 6. What do you look forward to each day at BCA and why? Seeing my friends because they have helped me through times and will be there for me every day. Having a good nap and seeing my friends. Chilling, socializing, lunch, seeing what random things Alex pulls out of his backpack. Question number 7. Who had the biggest impact on you in high school? My dad. Miss Kay, a Sentinel teacher. All of the teachers because they just wanted me to graduate. Friends and teachers, Dylan and Mr. Bachman, Mr. McGinnis, Dr. Elizabeth Tracy, Danny Hummel-Sass, and my mom. Question number 8. If you were to sum up your high school career in 2 words, what would they be? Internal screaming, dramatic whirlwind, the end, informative, encouraging, real quick, fun, unusual, very stressful, stressful, and fast. Question number 9. What are you looking forward to in college and life? Making a living doing what I love. Being able to continue to develop myself as my own person. Don't know. Expanding my knowledge of what I'm passionate about. Getting more knowledge so I can get a job and earn money. Living in Mexico making houses. living on my own. Question number 10. At what point did you develop senioritis? Second semester, because I realized I will be graduating in a couple of months. Junior year. When all of my friends left after sophomore year. Halfway through the school year. Day 1. Sophomore year. Halfway into my junior year. Question number 11. You don't mind going to school because I have friends to help me enjoy it. Very few people are alright. It's always a new day. I never had to do anything. I like the teachers. And last, but certainly not least, question number 12. What will you always remember about your senior year? Not spending enough time with my friends. All the friendships I built with my classmates. It was only 3/4 long. How we did everything from our cars. And COVID-19. The answers to these students put into their bios made me think about how our school works for the students that attend Bridges Community Academy. They all talk about the friends they made and the teachers that impacted them, whether it was here or at Sentinel. We are a family, and none of you will be forgotten. So with some last words of advice by William Arthur Ward, before you act, listen. Before you react, think. Before you spend, earn. Before you criticize, wait. And before you quit, try. Congratulations and good luck with all you do in the future.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to celebrate the class of 2020 this evening. I know at the beginning of the school year, this is not what we expected the graduation of the class of 2020 to be. Even though we can't be out and about, talking or giving hugs to people, I'm glad that we have been able to see support from those who have made this graduation ceremony possible. First, I want to express my gratitude towards the staff of the drive-in for allowing us to use their facilities. Also, I want to express my gratitude towards all the staff of BCA for finding a way to give the class of 2020 a graduation ceremony this year. Also, thank you to all the parents and friends that have supported the class of 2020 and the whole school in this trying time. It would not have been possible if it weren't for you. My name is Bridget Lau, and I have been asked to speak to you this evening. Ever since I began going to Bridges, I have been given many opportunities to learn and grow. I have also experienced many good and bad days. But when I first walked through the doors to Bridges, I knew it was where I belonged. I've gained friends, lost friends, had many opportunities to serve, went to Sentinel, and was able to gain a family while at Bridges. Bridges for me wasn't just a school, it was a home. I've spent most of my life there. It was where I took my first steps into becoming the person I am now. Through the help of teachers, friends, and family, I have been able to start forging my own path through life. When I was little, I loved to play school. I would dream of what high school would be like and what my typical day would be. It turned out that it wasn't what I thought it would be. Going downstairs, looking at murals on basement walls, seeing cords and railing above my head, playing tag, swinging on the swings, going for walks, feeding animals, talking with friends, going to Sentinel, learning karate, starting college courses, hiding in Miss Winterstein's room, not knowing what to do with myself, and not knowing what tomorrow was going to bring became my everyday life. As it says in one of my favorite movies, these were the borders of my life. Bridges has been a foundation in my life. It has impacted me in so many ways. It has also impacted my class and many of the students of BCA. I've been able to be myself, make mistakes, and learn from my mistakes. I've been able to build relationships with others and have been able to make some close friends that are like family. At Bridges, I have been able to learn what my strengths and weaknesses are. Also, I have learned how to overcome my weaknesses and how to be okay with my quirks. I have also learned to never forget how much one person can impact your life. Now, I would like to share with you some of my future plans. Sometime in the near future, I hope to be receiving my black belt. Starting in January, I will be attending Brigham Young University in Idaho, where I will be majoring in biology. I also hope to start selling beaded jewelry soon. Some of these things wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for Bridges. In conclusion, I would like to say a few things to my class and other students that have joined us this evening. We will be thrown into many things that we will not like, despise, and or harm us. We will be given things that will make us happy, find peace, and help us in life. Never forget that you are never alone. There will always be someone there to help you. There is always someone next to you or one phone call away. Never hesitate to ask for help when you are struggling. There are many places we will go, many people we will meet, and things we will build. Never forget that you share importance in someone else's life, even though you might not think so. Never forget that there is a light at the end of every tunnel, no matter how long. When you need strength, there will be someone there to help give you more. Believe in yourself. I have had such an amazing time and have met so many amazing and wonderful people through Bridges. Thank you to all of those who have impacted my life. I hope I get to see you soon or sometime in the future. Thank you to all of those who are able to come and show their support for the class of 2020. And thank you to all have been able and have helped us become the people we are today.